Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Happy Friday night. Thanks all for joining in once again tonight here. So we got a big matchup in store. Winner will advance over to the round of 32. The number 7 seed, the UCLA Bruins, taking on the number 10 seed, the UCF Knights, using the acronyms for this matchup here tonight. And both of these teams on different areas of where they should be at the end of the season going into the tournament. UCLA, they are getting stronger by the moment. They are 23-11, 13-7 in the Big Ten, and a tie for the 6th place spot in the Big Ten standings this season. And they're 4-1 in the last 5 games coming into the tournament, 6-2 in their previous 8, and they have some really good victories. Wins over Illinois, Nebraska, and Michigan State. And Mick Cronin, he has won 4 first-round games as head coach at UCLA. Tonight, going up against Central Florida. UCF struggling down the stretch late in the season. They went just 4-7 in their previous 11 games entering the bracket. 3 of the last 4 wins were by 1 possession. And also, they had, slipping down the bracket, they had some wins against teams in the last month that were not in the NCAA tournament. UCF, number 10 seed at 21-11, 9-9 Big 12 Conference, tie for 7th place in the Big 12 alongside BYU, Cincinnati, and West Virginia. If you're new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. What a wild day so far, what we got for college basketball action. I'll get you guys caught up with the scoreboard here in just a moment. Iowa looking good so far over Clemson at 22-10 midway into the opening half. Clemson having a difficult time struggling in that matchup. Highly entertaining game went down earlier this afternoon where Utah State, they were down by 10, came back and beat Villanova 86-76. Congrats to Utah State from the Mountain West as they advance the round of 32, take on Arizona. Alex, what's good? Welcome in, man. Not a Villanova fan. About Maryland losing Kevin Willard, and yeah, new head coach for Villanova. Yup. Just absolute joke right there. Here's a story for you, Alex. So one of my good friends, he used to play college basketball back in the 80s, and his brother went on to the NBA, played for the Celtics in the early 2000s, and he told me that Kevin Willard, as a head coach, is like one of the worst coaches like that he knows of. Like how he treats his players, and like he can't stand the guy, and he has positive relationships with around like 98% of the head coaches that coach college basketball, because he grew up playing college basketball, played for BC in the late 80s, and came out as a Gatorade Player of the Year back in the late 80s out of high school. And he told me that there's very few head coaches that he can't stand, but Kevin Willard is at the top of that list there. Just absolute joke for Villanova, blowing a 10-point lead, losing to Utah State today. And yeah, Kevin Willard, just too bad for just unfortunate with the inconsistency nowadays. What we got, not only is there players transferring like crazy right after the end of the season, as the transfer portal's open, players are transferring right now left or right, and that puts all the tournament teams currently in the tournament at a disadvantage. But also you got head coaches transferring from one program to another after spending like a year or two at that previous program. It makes zero sense. Like, we have a head coach here, goes from Seton Hall and does a few years at Maryland, and then goes to Villanova. I mean, it's just a shame. Like, everything's all about the money nowadays, and nothing's about like consistency, bonding with the players, bonding with the staff, and being able to develop those positive relationships. And these freaking head coaches can't even develop those positive relationships, as they're just digging out after 1 year or two, failing to build a program, and they just want to do it all for the money. It's unfortunate. And look what happens. Year one of the program, get bounced out in the tournament. Yeah, no joke. If he stayed at Maryland, you could have built up something special there, and you could have recruited some key players in on the roster, took them to the tournament with roster construction. It's called roster consistency. That's what it's called. Hey, look at St. Louis, what they're doing. They're building something special. They hired Josh Schertz. They just locked him up for a new contract extension. Props to St. Louis for doing that before anybody else could touch him, because they got him for a very long time. They get a really good coach for a long time. I feel like it's going to be coaching St. Louis. What's good, Jimmo in the street? Welcome in. George, thanks for joining in, bud. Glad to have you guys back in once again here. Yeah, it is crazy. Coaches make millions. The interesting thing about it, so I'm from Massachusetts, so I'm just south of New Hampshire. You know what's crazy is the highest paid state employee in the state of New Hampshire is the ice hockey coach for the University of New Hampshire. Like, that's where they put their resources and stock into that program, is for UNH ice hockey. It depends on the state that you're in. Whereas I'm from Massachusetts, not really much goes in stock towards the in-state football programs. In-state, just look at UMass and look how they did this year, winless season for them. So nothing gets put in stock towards those resources. So it depends where you are in-state, what type of money you want to invest in, fund in those types of programs. And if you're big-time states, passionate about basketball, look at the Kentucky teams in the tournaments, both going on to the second round. And yeah, I was going to say Indiana. Unfortunate there in that state that they couldn't even make the tournament this year. George, like in UCF for this one. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one, UCF or UCLA. Tennessee beat Miami, Ohio. The dream season comes to an end for the Red Hawks, 78-56. Earlier today, that was an incredible game. Kentucky, Santa Clara hit a go-ahead three with 5 seconds left to go, and then Santa Clara, they were trying to call a timeout off the inbound prior to Kentucky, and see, I don't like that. Whereas the team that scores the bucket, they have the ability to call the timeout. The referees completely missed it, and Kentucky went up the floor, drilled a half-court buzzer beater three to force overtime off a bank, and they ended up winning in OT for Kentucky. That was a wild game. A couple of games going at this part of the hour in this time slot. St. John's taking on Northern Iowa, tip it off in 5 minutes. This game will be pushed back around 5 minutes. 7:31, UCLA, UCF at 7:31 now. Queens taking on Purdue around 7:35. Yeah, I heard that. So Frank Martin is the head coach at UMass. So he used to coach South Carolina. I heard that he's the highest employee of the state. I actually saw that in an article a few months back. These ACC teams have just been so disappointing in the tournament. Looks like we got 10.5 minutes till tip-off here. UCF, first NCAA tournament appearance since Taco Fall in 2019. Mixed bag for Johnny Dawkins as head coach, 3-3 in the NCAA tournaments, but 2-1 at South Florida, or for Central Florida, for him at UCF. Lost to Duke at the buzzer in 2019. That was an incredible game. They almost had the game-winning putback. That was in the second round. Taco versus Zion in 2018. Yeah, they've been a mixed bag this season. Some solid wins. They beat Texas Tech, Kansas, BYU, TCU. And then they have some tough losses down the stretch for UCF. They lost to West Virginia twice, lost to Baylor, lost to Oklahoma State in the last month. And they've had a tough time with their defense. Their defense ranks in the 300s in the nation. And this could be a game. UCLA's got an efficient scoring offense, and they're a great ball control team. Like, they're not going to put up a ton of shots for UCLA, but they're going to spread the floor. They're going to slow down the clock. They are going to work to get the best and most efficient shot on the court for UCLA, and they will take advantage of that and play to their tempo. So that's what UCLA will do. Slower tempo, ball control team, 4 stops, be efficient on the offensive end. And this is an upper-class squad for UCLA. 6 seniors, 8 juniors, 5 starters, averaging double figures in the starting 5. They put up an average of 78 points per game. They rank 18th in the country in three-point shooting percentage, top 40 at the free throw line. And they commit, they're 8th in the country in fewest turnovers per game for UCLA. And these guys are playing better down the stretch. So they have a really good point guard on their team, Donovan Dent. Started off shaky to begin the season, but the last month he has really been able to come along, lead this team. And right now he ranks 3rd in the country in assists per game. Like, he's got takeover game capabilities. He took over the game when they upset Michigan State in the Big Ten tournament. They got some of the best wins in the country in the last month of action for UCLA. They beat Illinois February 21st in overtime, 95-94. They beat Nebraska by 20 at the beginning of March, and then they beat Michigan State in the Big Ten quarters. Like, this UCLA team is coming on at the best time possible for them. And Mick Cronin's track record it's been incredible in the tournament. Perfect 4-0 in the first round as head coach. Last year they dominated Utah State in a similar, I think they were the 7th seed last year in the 10-7 matchup. He took his team to the Final Four as a play-in team back in 2021. Sweet 16, 22, and 23. And then last year to the second round. Like, this UCLA team, when it comes down to March, they always seem to, like, figure it out and start to get on the run. Sad March for Clemson right now. Sad March for the ACC in general in this tournament. Except for Louisville. Louisville played well yesterday. Clemson just scored 22-14. So that ends like a 5-minute scoring drought for Clemson. Yeah, tough one for Miami, Ohio. They just never really got to feel that type of physicality before. So that was a tough one there for them today. We're going to tip off in 7 minutes. St. John's, Northern Iowa. That game tips off right now as well. Northern Iowa, the number 1 defense in the country and fewest points allowed. Queens against Purdue. That'll tip off 5 minutes after this game. So a lot of choices going on tonight for games that's on the schedule. This Iowa-Clemson game, though, this is yuck. I'm glad I did not stream this one. Yikes. 24-14 Iowa. They just scored again an and one coming up. Yikes, Clemson's offense is like a nails on chalkboard. Oh man, they cannot score. Yeah, this is a bad sign for Clemson. One of Iowa's role players has 11 points. Not Bennett Starks. Bennett Starks carries the team in scoring, but one of the role players, he has 11 points. Clemson has 14 as a team. Yeah, I'm hoping to do a game tomorrow evening. Probably around like the late 7, 8 o'clock time slot, most likely. Yeah, probably around 20 for Josan. So yeah, he averages around like 20. Might be a little less if it's a blowout. Start to rotate more guys in and out. St. John's, Northern Iowa, that game just tipped off. St. John's is 19-1 in their last 20 games. What's good? LD on the street, welcome in. Liking the Knights here for this one for UCF. And glad to have you guys join in. We got Jimbo out on the channel. Just getting ready to tip this off. I think it's 7:31 tip-off time. So we got 3 minutes. UCLA 5.5 point favorite. Yeah, a lot of these guys have been here before for UCLA, so they have this experience going into the bracket. A little bit dinged up for a couple of guys, but all good to go for tonight's matchup. Wow, good start by St. John's. 7-zip St. John's. They just got a 3. 10-zip St. John's. Yeah, that's a bad sign for Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa does not have a good offense. I kind of figured it would be like a rock fight type of game, but Northern Iowa just not in it in the first 3 minutes, and that's an issue. That's going to be really difficult to come on back. All right, winner going to take on the winner of UConn Furman. It's going to be a late tip time tonight at 10 p.m. out in Philly. This game takes place out in Philadelphia, Xfinity Mobile Arena. Mick Cronin, perfect 4-0 in first-round games as head coach for UCLA. 10-4 all-time in the tournament. Just knows how to get the best of his guys in the month of March. First time in the bracket for UCF since Taco Fall in 2019. Oh, wow, there's actually, Tyler Bilodeau is a late addition. Yeah, that's actually a huge loss. Yeah, graphic just popped up on the board. Tyler Bilodeau, leading scorer, leading rebounder. This is going to be an interesting game because the spread's at 5.5. So late scratch from this game for Tyler Bilodeau, not playing today in this matchup. Yeah, it should be an interesting game then. Xavier Booker going to get the start in the front court for UCLA for the transfer from Michigan State. Eric Daly Jr., Trent Perry, Sky Clark, Donovan Dent starting 5 for UCLA. Demas Fulks, Riley Kugel, Jamichael Stillwell. Jordan Burks and John Ball, the starting 5 for UCF. UCF black jerseys, white numbers, white letters going left, right, and the floor. UCLA white jerseys, blue numbers, blue letters as we are underway. UCLA controls the opening tip. Should be an interesting matchup now. So key player Tyler Bilodeau not available tonight. Averages 17.6 points per game and 5.6 rebounds. He is the team leader for UCLA in points scored per game and rebounds per game. Eric Daly, jumper, 15-footer off the rim, short to rebound, secure by Stillwell. Big 12 faring pretty well so far in this tournament. Besides BYU getting bounced out yesterday against Texas. First possession for UCF around the perimeter. Handoff up to the left baseline. Out to the free throw circle, pass got bobbled by Stillwell, stole away. Up the floor off the Euro step, UCLA blew the layup, and the rebound goes right back over to UCF. UCF looking to push it quickly up the court. Demas Fulks down inside, swoop around, scores up and in off the glass. Got one to drop in the opening minute. Demas Fulks, a senior from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He's been playing college hoops since 2020. Started off at NC State. And down low, got broken up out of bounds off UCF. It'll stay UCLA ball. What's good? We got Alvaro in the stream. Anthony, the spread session welcome in, like in UCF first half. Yeah, honestly, wouldn't be a bad pick. UCLA without their top scorer, top rebounder, Tyler Bilodeau for today's matchup. So it might be a little bit rusty trying to get these guys, ease them into the rotation without their leading player today. Straightaway 3, missed off the mark, no good by UCLA. Back it goes to UCF, Demas Fulks. Crossover, drives, inside the paint, skies up, blocked out of bounds. Good closeout there defensively. Xavier Booker off the rotation, meeting Demas Fulks at the rim with a rejection. At the end of the day, though, I do like UCLA in this game. Just based on previous tournament experience, usually they get a head coach in March that's able to get things done. Jumper, deep 2. It is good by Demas Fulks. Statement start right now for UCF. This was a UCF team that had been slipping down the stretch for them. Just 4-7 in their previous 11. Won in overtime by 1. Against Cincy. Big win to get them there in the bracket. UCLA at the free throw circle. They jack up the jumper. 15-footer, no good, missed by Daly. They're just settling for a lot of deep jumpers. UCF has quite a bit more size than UCLA. Fulks around the perimeter, off the double, sends it off to Stillwell. Lob back to Demas Fulks. Fulks taking on one defender with Daly, 1-on-1. Jumper, deep 2, connects on it. Wow, they are in the groove right now for UCF. As good as a start that you can get. 3 for 4 from the floor for Central Florida. UCLA struggling 0 for 5. Just all of the sorts right now. Haven't been able to get anything at the rim. Donovan Dent, kick out to the wing. Open 3, Daly. That's well off the mark. Rebound ripped away by John Ball. Demas Fulks, edge of the midcourt logo. Bounce pass off the pocket pass. Roll down. Intercepted by UCLA. They look to run with it. Up the floor. They blew the layup. Put back jam. Soared up and dunking it with a two-hitter flush by Daly. Finally on the board right now for UCLA. Fulks. Jumper. Deep two. Left it short. No good off the spin cycle. Rebound controlled by Daly out of the pack. Cut numbers. 3-on-2. Sprinting up the floor. Lays it up and in for two more. Yeah, that's where you got to take advantage if you're UCLA off long rebounds. Just attacking the teeth of the defense. UCF struggling defensively this year in the 300s in the nation in points per game. Having a difficult time getting back defensively. Lob over the top. UCF slipping past the defense with an alley-oop slam. It's Jordan Burks, the junior out of Decatur, Alabama. UCLA will slow it down. Daly. Top of the key. Dribbles up to the elbow. You're out of sorts offensively. You had a teammate right next to him with Booker off his spot. Daly delivers in the two, though. And that's a botched possession. Able to connect on that. Eric Daly Jr. responsible for all 6 points so far. Theme is Fulks. On top, outside to the wing with Burks. Jordan Burks launches the three off the rim, no good. The battle for the rebound collected by UCF, and they give it away again. UCLA with a steal. Up the floor, Euro step for the tie. They got it. Up and in off the glass, number 55 with Sky Clark, the transfer of the Illinois Louisville. UCLA playing terrific off the runouts. Like UCF having a tough time getting back defensively, getting set defensively. John Bull inside the paint scores the deuce. 5 minutes into action. No whistle so far. No fouls. Next whistle takes us to the first media break. Donovan Dent at the top of the key towards his right. Handoff Sky Clark. On top Daly. Out fake. Daly dribbles up. A jumper. 15-footer. Straight away. Connects on it. What a start right now. Eric Daly Jr. on point to begin this game. Finally getting into a rhythm for UCLA. Settled for early jump shots for deep twos. Couldn't knock them down. But now starting to find their rhythm offensively. Riley Kugel. At the top of the key. Takes a deep range three off the rim. Short to rebound. Secured by Dent. Pushing it up the floor. Sky Clark. Slows it down. Step back three in the air. Buries it. First lead tonight for UCLA. Wow, they can space out the floor. 9-2 scoring run right now for the Bruins. UCF having some tough time out there taking care of the basketball right now. Riley Kugel. Lob inside. UCF no good. Missed off the mark. Offensive rebound. Goes back to Fulks. Fulks. Rudder drills the two. Man, that's a lucky possession there. Really lucky possession, able to be right place, right time with that offensive rebounds. UCLA playing their style. They slow it down. Top of the key, Sky Clark. Clark dribbles up, low block. Off a double team, looks to get it away. Clark broke it up out of bounds off UCF. And this will finally take us to the first media break. A lot of action without any whistles. 13:28 remaining. First half of action. Almost 7 minutes into it so far. 13-12 UCLA. Just getting started tonight. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. Hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win this one here? UCLA, UCF. Yeah, what a game this morning. Santa Clara, Kentucky. That was insane. Yeah, I like UCLA in this one today. Best of luck there, UCLA 5.5. It should be an interesting game. UCLA's top scorer is not available today, so Tyler Bilodeau is not playing. I don't think anybody realized that for the odds makers, like late scratch for Bilodeau. Yeah, I was going to say probably UCF first half would not be a bad bet because key players missing for UCLA, so it might take them some time tonight. Right now, UCLA has caught up and led 13-12. UCF struggling with turnovers. If you're gonna want to advance on to the round of 32, you need to play a clean game against UCLA. And if UCLA grows this lead, then they can start to slow down the tempo and play their style. And right now we're seeing UCF, the style dictate more UCF, where it's just a lot of pushing up the floor, fast tempo. But UCLA, where they're scoring baskets, UCF is not getting back defensively off long rebounds. So UCLA sees that. They are sprinting up the floor, pushing it, and attacking the defense. So smart there for UCLA. They went on a 9-2 run, and it was a slow start for them. They were just settling for jump shots. So once UCF, when they would get back defensively, UCLA, when they slowed it down, UCF would force stops. But now UCLA is knowing that, yeah, we got to push this ball up the floor off long rebounds, because this UCF team does not play transition defense. And that's how we're going to score tonight. Isaac, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Quan on the stream, welcome aboard. We got Joseph on the channel. That's awesome, man. Congrats there with Kentucky winning you 700 today. Jeffrey, welcome back in. No problem, man. Yeah, that was a wild game. That was crazy. So in case you missed it, Santa Clara drilled a 3 with like 5 seconds left. They took the lead by 3. And then Kentucky got the inbounds, and they drilled a half-court 3, banked it at the buzzer to force overtime. Kentucky then won in overtime. Halftime between Iowa and Clemson, 32-25 Iowa. It's all St. John's, one of the hottest teams in America. 16-3 Johnnies. 3 in a shot clock for UCLA. Back to action. A lot of dribbling and a shot clock violation. Yeah, that's what cannot happen on your first possession coming out of timeout. Purdue leading Queens 13-10. First turnover of the game for UCLA. UCF with 3 turnovers. Demas Folks at the wing into the hands to Chris Johnson. Coming off the bench, first time for him today. Skip pass out to the corner. 3, no good off the mark by UCF. Rebound secure by Xavier Booker. Xavier Booker, transfer from Michigan State. Played in the tournament last year. Donovan Dent at the elbow. Shovels on top. Booker takes the 3 straight away. Oh, he drills it. Xavier Booker lets it rain from downtown. That's huge there for UCLA. You get a big at 6'11" that can stretch the floor, massive on the shots. And it will be an offensive foul charge to UCF pushing off. Right now, UCF trying to regather themselves. Unraveling right now at the moment. Got out to a quick lead and all of a sudden having a tough time getting things together. There's a lot of gaps on the floor, a lot of open space defensively. This UCLA team does a really solid job spacing out the floor. 13 combined between Clark and Daly, and then Booker drilled a 3 for the next 3 points. Sky Clark on the board inside the key, rises up for the jumper and drills it. UCLA right now getting into a groove. UCF needing something. Kicked ball violation on UCLA. And a substitution here for UCF, number 99, Jordan Burke's going to check out of the game. Man, sorry to hear about that. Yeah, so sorry to hear about that, Jeffrey. Inbound to Stillwell. Chris Johnson. Fulks down the middle, Stillwell. Inside the key, missed off the mark. Back to UCF as they tried to thread a needle off that pass. Broke it up out of bounds off UCLA. First time on the floor as well for number 35, Devin Cambridge. That name might sound familiar because he is a 7th-year senior. He's been playing college basketball since 2019. 25 years old. He played in the Final Four for Auburn in my first year streaming on the channel. So Devin Cambridge has played every single season for college basketball since I've started the channel in January of 2019. UCLA picks up their first personal. And we're below 12 minutes. So media timeout once again. Down to 11:58 left to go before half. Hey, what's good, Bradley? Welcome back in, bud. Devin Cambridge, 25 years old, 7th-year senior for UCF. Played with Auburn 2019 through 2022. Then transferred to Arizona State for a season, then transferred to Texas Tech, and now he's on his 14 with UCF. And that's crazy that he's able to have that many years of eligibility. I remember Peter Kiss for Bryant in the national TV game going off, winning the championship. And then there was a fight against Wagner at the end. And he was like 26 years old playing for that team. And then they played, and they got into the first four, and they got smashed in the first four. Like they didn't even get out of the first four rounds. St. John's up against Northern Iowa 20-3. Queens hanging right with Purdue, 15-10 Purdue. Man, that's bad for Northern Iowa. They just can't get anything. St. John's looks like a dangerous team. Playing really well as of late. Just too many turnovers right now for UCF. They have 4 turnovers. Started off this game hot. Got to start to make some threes, though. They're 0 for 3 from the perimeter. We've seen a lot of teams, the teams that get bounced out in the tournament, those are usually the teams that just cannot make threes. Like, if you have a terrible three-point shooting percentage, most likely you're going to lose the game. Though Villanova, they shot the cover off today. Lost the game because they couldn't play interior defense. They couldn't stop behind the basket inbounding plays. Like, they had a tough time defending inbounds. They had a tough time stopping Utah State in the paint, and then they just couldn't defend Utah State inside. Utah State had over 30 free throw attempts. All right, coming back from the timeout, UCLA perfect 8 for 8 from the floor. Started off stone cold. They were 0 for 7. UCF's got 5 offensive rebounds, though. But still, UCLA up by 6 at the moment. Themis Folks, he has 6. Rest of the team with just 6. UCF off the inbound in the corner. Lob goes to Jamichael Stillwell. Stillwell backs his way, showing patience. Inside the key, dump off, down low, deflected, and intercepted by UCLA with a steal. Man, UCF just does not have it in their system right now. 6 turnovers in the first 8+ minutes. UCLA has scored 6 points off those turnovers. Bruins kick out to the corner. Eric Daly, bounce pass behind his back. Sets up Dent. Dent slows it down to 8 on the timer. Donovan Dent slides it off to his right. Trent Perry dribbles up inside the key. Perry at the low block. Perry has to shoot. Perry launches with 1. Perry off the back rim, no good. UCF collects the defensive rebounds. And up the floor right now for UCF. Themis Folks out to the middle. Jumper. Stillwell off the rim, no good. A rebound ripped away by UCLA. First time in the court for Steven Jameson. Jameerson, number 24. Trent Perry at the wing. Number 8, first time at the court with Eric Freeney, sophomore from Corona, California. Freeney backs his way, floats it off to Perry, 10 on the shot clock. Perry dribbles up, low block, fall away. Perry off the back rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, deflected out of bounds. Goes off of UCLA. Yeah, it seems odd that ESPN has no more Sunday Night Baseball. Freestyle, welcome in. Best of luck there, taking UCF. Yeah, I took UCLA in this game today, and actually Mick Cronin has a pretty good track record with UCLA. So he's won four straight first-round matchups as head coach for UCLA. Went to the Final Four as an 11 seed, coming from the play-in back in 21. Deflected up the floor. UCLA with a steal, jumper, deep 2, no good, and up in the air goes back to John Bull and UCF. Nobody can make a shot right now. Another deflection past midcourt. Loose ball, and a loose ball foul charged in the Knights. Man, UCF is having a tough time finding open guys. Like, they're just rushing all their possessions, active defensively for UCLA. And it's not like this UCLA team's a ball-hawking defense. It's UCF is making some poor decisions with the basketball on who to pass the ball to. Man, they're just rushing everything. Completely all out of sorts. And if UCLA was on point nailing their jumpers, it's probably 30-12 right now. Finding the gap, finding the opening. It's a layup scored up and in off the backboard by Donovan Dent. 8-point lead right now for the Bruins. Largest lead tonight. UCF in trouble midway into the opening half of action. At the corner, Chris Johnson finds Jamichael Stillwell. Stillwell at the low block. Double team stripped. Lost it again. It's another turnover. UCLA up the floor. Dent. He'll slow it down. Circles back out to the perimeter. 12-2 run in the last 5+ minutes for UCLA. Donovan Dent dribbles back out to the March Madness logo. Looking to set up the offense right now. Calling for a screener. Dent dribbles up. Bounce pass on top. Up fake. Trent Perry inside the key. A runner. Got the bounce. Nobody to close out defensively there inside Ikea. Timeout taken on the floor by UCF. 22-12. Bruins cooking the Knights right now. Where is the defense for UCF? Non-existent. Just finding the soft spot in the middle of the defense. And nobody there to put a body and contest the shot. It's just too easy. And now UCLA has found balance. 8 points by Eric Daly Jr., 7 by Sky Clark, 3 by Xavier Booker, 2 by Dent, 2 by Perry. Theme is Fulks. Basically been a one-man show tonight. 6 points out of the 12 through Fulks. After that, 2 points by a trio of Burks, Bull, and Kugel. Oh, it's probably Braden Smith for like the all-time record. Purdue up against Queens, 24-17. St. John's demolishing Northern Iowa, 24-8. Iowa up at a half, 32-25 over Clemson. Yeah, this kind of hour for the block of these games. Not too many good games going on right now. Looking at probably blowouts this block. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. I'm hoping to be back live tomorrow night. Just one stream tomorrow night, either the 7 or 8 o'clock hour for me. I'm going to see what they got tomorrow for games. Yeah, so I'm out there the afternoon tomorrow, out from like 11 to 6, so I won't be able to cover any of those games during the afternoon. So that probably leaves me with, yeah, I'm probably leaning towards either VCU, Illinois, or Vandy, Nebraska. I feel like Vandy, Nebraska is probably going to be the better game, in my honest opinion. So I'm probably leaning towards Vandy, Nebraska tomorrow. It's also Texas, Gonzaga. That goes on at 7:10. I don't know what time I'm going to get back, but probably around the 6 o'clock hour. So probably going to be Vandy, Nebraska, most likely, so I can have some time to set things up. Six upsets yesterday, one so far today. 9 seeds, perfect. 3-0 in the bracket. Iowa looking to be the 4th perfect 9 seed in the opening round to bounce out an 8. We get back to action. UCF in trouble. Having a tough time keeping the handles. They have 8 total turnovers. Jump stop inside the key, going up, double clutch. They got stripped out of bounds. And last touched off, UCLA. Inbound UCF. Broke it up. Intercepted. Off the inbound by UCLA. Sky Clark. Outside to Dent. Dent leaves it out to the wing. Eric Daly Jr. dribbles up. 18-footer straight away. Connects on it. Doubling up UCF. UCLA in the groove. UCF in trouble. A tale of 2 teams. One going backwards. One surging towards the late stretch of the season, and we are seeing it in this matchup being played out. UCF just 4-7 in their previous 11 coming into the tournament. UCLA, some of the best wins in the country in the last month. They beat Illinois. They beat Nebraska by 20. They beat Michigan State in the Big Ten quarterfinals. 2 shots here at the free throw line for Riley Kugel. First one's good. UCLA is also without their star player today, Tyler Bilodeau. No problem for the Bruins right now. Second free throw, rounded out, rebound. Controlled by Booker. Bruins by 11 with possession. Going to slow it down, play their tempo. Donovan Dent. Only 3 personal fouls this entire first half. Jumper deep 2 off the rim. Short to rebound. Ripped away by John Ball. John Ball is 7'2". It doesn't seem like he's 7'2". Like... This is going to stay UCLA ball. John Ball with a push-off the rebound. So that was on the defense there for UCF. So UCLA maintains possession. 2 personal fouls for each team so far. Dent circles around. Leaves it out on top. Booker back into the hands to Dent. Up fake. Dent 8 on the timer. Dribbles. Drives right down the lane inside. Skies in with a layup. 26-13 at UCLA. UCF in some deep trouble right now. Kugel on top into the hands to Johnson. Skip pass, corner, 3, UCF. Got it. Needed that one right there by Jordan Burks. Yeah, that is huge. 26-16. Dent. At the edge of the midcourt logo. Dribbles up to the elbow. Step back deep 2. Off the back rim, no good. Long rebound secured by Chris Johnson. The UCF flings it up the floor with Riley Kugel. They're going to take a quick 3 off the back rim. Misfired. Offensive rebound ball. And again, pushed off over the back. It's another foul charge to John Ball and UCF. Man, UCF clearly frustrated about these calls right now. 7:19 left to go before halftime. 10-point margin for UCLA. It's only 5 combined fouls so far. But John Ball, a couple personal fouls for him. Just going to play a perfect game against UCLA. It's been far from that right now for UCF. 9 turnovers. UCLA with just 1 turnover. Size really hasn't been able to matter in this game. Even though UCF is out rebounding UCLA 15-9, it's just the turnover's been an issue. (35-25) Iowa up against Clemson. St. John's up by a lot. 32-13 St. John's against Northern Iowa. And then Purdue leads Queens 28-19. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. Score for the Clemson game, that is Iowa. Iowa leads 35-26 over Clemson. Clemson having a tough time generating offense. Nine turnovers so far for UCF. UCLA, 12 points off of those UCF turnovers. UCF just 1 for 5 from the perimeter. UCLA, 2 for 5 from the perimeter. Don't really need to attempt too many threes when you're scoring points off turnovers. You just take those right to the rim. But 7 field goals made and 9 turnovers by UCF. That's tough. Analytically, this UCF team was the worst Power 5 team in the field. Number 54 in KenPom, 39th in adjusted offense, but 102 in adjusted defense. 51st in the net, 5-8 in quad 1, 6-3 in quad 2. Both teams went 5-8 in quad 1, but in the metrics, UCF was 54th on KenPom. UCLA was up the charts, half of that at 27. 27 on KenPom with a number 20 ranked offense and a number 55 defense for UCLA in defensive efficiency. Yeah, big difference between the two defenses. UCF having a tough time getting set. Corner 3, that is good from downtown by UCLA. Bench points there with number 4, Jamar Brown, a senior from Chandler, Arizona, averaging just 3.9 points per game. Spreading out the floor right now for UCLA. UCF is in trouble. There's 7 minutes left to go before halftime. Shovel pass. That was bobbled by Stillwell as they move it around the perimeter. Corner jumper. UCF off a hesitation. No good off the mark. Stillwell blew the layup. Went up, got fouled. And 2 shots here coming up at the line for Jamichael Stillwell. Man, this is a hot tamale out there for UCF. They're having some difficult time handling passes. It's a lot of bobbles, a lot of juggles. Looks like there's a lot of nerves going on right now for UCF. These guys are playing really tight from what it looks like. And UCLA, they've been here before. Last year they won in the round of 64 against Utah State. First free throw good at the line by Stillwell. Sky Clark substitutes out. Trent Perry comes back in for UCLA. Second free throw, right down the middle. (29-18). UCLA in the backcourt. Going to play with their tempo, their style. 300s in the nation and adjusted tempo per game as they control it. Top of the key with Donovan Dent. Sends it off to the corner. Back into the hands of Dent. Dent towards his left. 12 on the shot clock. Watch for the shot clock to go out late on these possessions for UCLA. Down to 6 on the timer. Eric Daly Jr. dump off down low. Backdoor cutter and lost the basketball. Rolling around, hitting the deck. That was Jamar Brown who lost it as it sails out of bounds. Rare turnovers for UCLA. Don't see that too often in this game. That's their second tonight. 9 by UCF as a team. That's a big break that UCF just got. Let's see if they can score off this turnover. 12 zip points off turnovers in favor of the Bruins. Knights with possession. Kugel. Bounce pass. Corner. Midway. 6 minutes left to go in the opening half of action. Dump off. Down low. Broke it up. And intercepted off the steal by UCLA. They got numbers up the floor. 3-on-2 lob. Over the top. And throwing it down with a two-handed slam. Eric Daly Jr. goes up on the rooftop for the alley-oop jam. 13-point lead for UCLA. Running the floor, attacking the rack, and a huge rejection from behind by the Bruins. Jamar Brown coming up from behind. Dent. Dribble, drive, right down the lane inside. No good off the mark. Tipped off the glass. Rebound. Secure by UCF. Wow, that really would have dampened UCF's chances at any sort of comeback in this game. UCLA with all the momentum. UCF, terrible shot selection. Fulks goes into a 13-footer, left it off the rim short. UCLA looking good right now. Perfect 4-0 under head coach Mick Cronin in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. 3-point shot straight away, no good. Skipped around the rim and out, missed off the mark by Dent as it goes out of bounds off the Bruins. Yeah, UCLA looking really good right now. Taking advantage of a bad defense with UCF without their top player available in this matchup. No problem for the Bruins. Head coach Mick Cronin gets the best out of his guys in the month of March. 9 steals by UCLA to just 4 assists by UCF. UCF with 10 turnovers in this first half, compared to just 2 turnovers by UCLA. You can't win the game when you turn it over that much. Plus, transition defense is optional for the Knights. Like, they've got nobody sprinting back off long rebounds. UCLA, usually a slower team that's going to slow down tempo. Well, today, they see that UCF is failing to get on back. They're taking it right to the rack. UCF in trouble, down by 13. Under 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Chris Johnson at the wing for the Knights. He takes on number 8, Eric Freeney. Attacks the paint. Kick out corner. Broke it up on the bounds off Trent Perry. Man, UCLA's defense is swarming. They've got active. They are active defensively. UCF underneath looking for the inbound. Fulks. Into the hands of the ball. Handoff Fulks. Fulks towards his left. Kick out. Corner 3. UCF got one. That is George Beal off the bench. Number 3 who drills the triple. 10-point game. And UCLA will slow down tempo. 2 for 7 from 3 for UCF. UCLA 3 for 7. Donovan Dent. Pocket pass. At the top of the key with Perry. Back into the hands to Dent. 10 on the timer. Approaching the 4-minute mark left to go before halftime. Dent leaves it off for the corner. Back outside. Dent. Out fake. 3 in the shot clock. Dent. Follow a 13-footer. Off the back rim. No good. Offensive rebound. Controlled by Jameerson. Jameerson got one to go. Bench guys making an impact. That's a guy who averages 1.8 points per game. Has himself a bucket. UCF having a tough time tonight as they will take the 3 straight away off the rim. No good. Missed by Johnson. Offensive rebound underneath. It's a foul charge to Jameerson. Timeout on the floor. All UCLA right now. 3:31 left to go in the opening half. What's good, Charliso? Welcome back in. Hope all is going well. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams. Big differential between turnovers. 10 turnovers by UCF, only 2 turnovers by UCLA. 14-0 points off turnovers scored by the Bruins. Winner will face the winner of UConn versus Furman later tonight in the nightcap. Iowa up over Clemson 38-33. Under 14 minutes left to go in that game. St. John's demolishing Northern Iowa 40-22. And Purdue up by 7 over Queens 35-28. And looks like the Celtics just tipped off too tonight, going for win number 47 tonight. Yeah, UCLA for sure, absolute demon right now, looking good. Yeah, UCLA is one of those teams that they've learned not to bet against in the first round of the tournament. There's a couple of coaches that you cannot bet against in round one. Mick Cronin, Tom Izzo, Gonzaga is another team should not bet against in round one to lose their game. That was close against Kennesaw yesterday. They only won by 9, but to take another team against the Zags in the first round, that's most likely not going to go your way. Paul, welcome in. So let's see, puts out, so you see how the guy was biased to Texas, thought that ND should have been in the playoffs, A&M beat Indiana. Oh, okay, so you're talking about college football here. Okay, I hear you. Yeah, we got a college basketball stream going on. College football finished up a couple months ago. But congrats out to the Hoosiers for the national title. 2 team turnovers by UCLA compared to 10 by UCF. Back to action. 3.5 left to go before halftime. UCF in some deep trouble. Shot clock down to 8. At the right baseline, Themis Fultz slides it on top into the hands to Beal. Beal at the wing. Moves it on top to Fultz. Fultz bobbled it. Has to launch deep in the shot clock. Fouled away. Doesn't even hit the rim. It hit the top of the glass. That's a shot clock violation. UCF, their offense is all out of sorts. Turnover number 11. UCLA has a 12-point lead without their best player, Tyler Bilodeau, playing tonight. It's kind of more of a question, have we gotten more mid-majors in the tournament than Power 5s? That's going to be the question coming up in the next couple of days. Corner 3, Xavier Booker off the rim, no good. A rebound hauled in by UCF. UCF still has another 22.5 minutes to prove it right now, but trailing by 12. Devin Cambridge, skip pass across the floor, open 3. UCF, they brick it. Rebound secured by Booker. Yeah, that's not a bad pick there. I think I took Houston past Illinois, but I was debating that game. I could see it go either way. But honestly, Illinois has much more firepower. Huge rejection out of bounds. Swatted away by John Bull. Yeah, that game could go either way. Illinois, Houston. Yes, I think UCLA is a dangerous team if healthy. If they can get Billadu against UConn, they can make a deep run. I actually picked UCLA to upset UConn in round 2 based on how both teams have been playing recently. UCLA has been playing really well. They beat Illinois last month. They beat Michigan State in the quarterfinals. They beat Nebraska by 20. Shot straight away. No good. Around the rim and out. Missed by Dead. Putback is good. That's an O to basket as John Bull tips it into the wrong hoop. And UCLA gets credit for the bucket. Yeah, that's this game in a nutshell for UCF. Jumper's good by Devin Cambridge, a 7th-year senior at the age of 25. 35-24. Final 95 seconds left to go before halftime. Trent Perry at the wing into the hands to Xavier Booker. Handoff Donovan Dent. They're going to use the shot clock. That's what UCLA likes to do. Dribbling up to the elbow with number 8, Eric Freeney. Cross court, off to Daly. Daly, 2 in a timer. Daly has to launch. He does. Straight away, 3, air ball, and a shot clock violation. Down to 1:07 left to go before half. UCF in some severe trouble. UCLA with only 3 turnovers this entire game. UCF's coughed it up 11 times. Corner 3 is good by UCF. That is huge. That is huge right there. And UCLA will burn a timeout. 35-27. 48.9 seconds left to go. Couple threes made by UCF in the last few minutes, and that's cut this down from a double-digit deficit to an 8-point game. Yeah, UCF really needed those 2 threes to get themselves back in. Mark on the stream, welcome in. Like in UCLA, getting past UConn, then Michigan State. Yeah, if healthy, I can see that happening. UCLA is a team that gets better and better throughout March. So I've got them getting past UConn, and then I have Michigan State in the Sweet 16 for like a revenge game for Michigan State. Yeah, a lot of the picks I have is like revenge games for teams. Those types of teams, if you've lost to them in the past, you're more motivated to get it the next time. I think I have Florida and Vandy meeting up in the Sweet 16. I have Florida winning that game for like a revenge game on Vandy. UCLA with possession. They're going to slow it down. Now attacking down low. Runner inside the key. Missed off the mark by the Bruins. Themis Folks looks to run with it up the court for UCF. 3-second differential shot clock and game clock before halftime for UCF. UCF's going to slow this down for the final possession. Edge in the midcourt logo. Themis Folks, number 11 in the nation in assists per game. At the top, sends it out to the wing. They take a deep jumper, contested, no good off the mark, missed by UCF by Carmelo Pacheco. Full court shot at the buzzer, hit the top of the cable. And at the end of the opening half, UCLA up by 8, 35-27. Did I take Miami of Ohio? No, I did not. I took Tennessee. I regret taking Tennessee, though, not past Virginia. I actually took Virginia, and I was like really hesitant about that. I was trying to figure out another team to pick, but honestly, I think Tennessee is going to beat Virginia. Virginia did not look anything special today. All right, so we're at halftime. Luckily, it's only an 8-point game, so it's not terrible, as this was a blowout early on. 14-point lead, largest lead by UCLA at 1 point in the opening half. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate it all for being a part here on the channel tonight. Yeah, I agree. UConn's not playing their best ball right now. Tough loss to Marquette in the season finale. Then they had like a gritty type of win against Georgetown in the conference tournament, but it wasn't really pretty. And then they lost by 20 to St. John's. So, yeah, I'm really concerned about UConn. And they also had a home game that they lost in the final month against Creighton, which didn't make the tournament. I like Miami in that one tonight. A little bit concerned about the ACC, though. Yeah, that was a tough one for me to pick, but I do like Miami, so I'm going to stay with it. Honestly, wouldn't shock me if Mizzou wins that game. No, Mizzou's in the SEC. Yeah, I think I picked Miami because Miami's been hot lately. Mizzou has been trending backwards. Yeah, ACC's been disappointing. Yeah, Miami's been playing well. Miami is 8-3 in their last 11. Yeah, Mizzou had a 3-game skid going into the tournament. Then again, they did have some signature wins. Before that, though, like mid-February, they were beating A&M, Vandy, Tennessee all in a row back in mid-February. Yeah, that's a toss-up. Yeah, that wouldn't shock me if Mizzou does win that game, since it's like more like a home game based environment for them. Iowa leads Clemson 46-35. St. John's demolishing Northern Iowa at the half, 47-28. And then Purdue up against Queens at halftime, 45-33. There's only one game going on right now. Iowa looking pretty good. Braden Smith, 1,080 career assists. Most assists. Let's say NCAA history. Just want to make sure. Wow, yeah, that's the NCAA record. So not the program record, that's the NCAA all-time record for career assists for Braden Smith. Past Bobby Hurley, 1,080 career assists. Wow, good for him, man. See, that's what I like about Purdue, is that they have consistency with their program. I know that Purdue has gotten made fun a lot in the past for losing against the 16 seed FDU, but in this day of basketball, what I do really like and what I do respect is the consistency with that program. Like, it's always a consistent team. It's not like guys transferring in and out when new faces on the roster. It helps out their fan base because these are players like Braden Smith that you can watch, that the fans for 4 seasons are able to watch and able to root for. Whereas other teams, it's like this player's going here and then he's going here and now he's played for like 3 or 4 different schools in a 4-year college career. It's a mess with the transfer portal. Like, everything's all about the money nowadays. And for those guys at Purdue, I mean, they're able to build a brotherhood. They're able to bond. They're able to build connections and get them on the next stage of life. Even if they don't make it to, like, the NBA, or they don't end up playing basketball overseas or in the G League, like, those guys will be brothers for the rest of life because they played the game 4 years with one another. Like, a lot of that Purdue roster is experience and consistency throughout 3-4 seasons of Purdue basketball. You don't see that by too many rosters anymore in the country, that it's the whole team consistently together. And this Purdue team, like, unfortunately for them, they would be like, they came in as like a preseason top 5 team for them. Like, they would consistently be preseason top 5 under that program, because the program that they built with a model of consistency for Purdue to have, like, 4-year level players on the team. But then came the era NIL and the transfer portal, and it's made it much more tougher for a team like Purdue to operate, because stars are getting poached by other teams, and then you create, like, super teams and stuff like that for college basketball. Yeah, that's going to be tough to be broken. Yep, nowadays guys aren't committed to stay in a game like that. In the college game, you'll probably see a lot more guys playing 4 years, but it's going to be all over the map with different programs. Like, where Braden Smith came in, first season, playmaker, team leader as a first year. Didn't go his way. They lost to FDU in the first round, but then the second season with Zach Edey, they were back. They made a run at the title game for those guys. And Braden Smith's sophomore year, 4-year player at Purdue. Not going to see that with any other player, most likely, because if you do have a guy that comes out, averages 9 assists per game in his first season, he's probably going to get poached by another team. And if he was averaging 9 assists per game, he's probably in a team that is, like, probably in a team where he's, like, the main guy or so. So then he gets poached by another program, and then they have, like, additional playmakers on the team. So he's not, like, the main, like, ball handler, main playmaker. And then all of a sudden he sees his 8 or 9 assists per game dip down to, like, 3 or 4 in the next season, playing with a squad that has multiple guys, and then he sees his minutes cut and minutes get reduced. Whereas over at Purdue, Braden Smith, the main guy to play make and break the record. That's going to be a really difficult record to break. Hey, what's good? Seagull, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. I remembered a message you sent me a few months back about the UAM. So he puts he cannot support California, so let's go UCF. Yeah, not too many 30-point spreads are covering. Yeah, these games have been close. Man, hope you get better, Seagull. Sorry to hear that things aren't well for you, bud. Yeah, Tops is doing well, Seagull. Eric Daly Jr., 12 points for him, leading all scorers at halftime. Excellent balance so far for UCLA. They've gone through a 9-man rotation. Their star player, Tyler Bilodeau, is not playing. He leads the team in scoring and rebounding. No problem tonight for the Bruins. Sky Clark with 7. Donovan Dent with 4. 2 assists, 5 steals by Donovan Dent. That's tough. Like, UCF having a difficult time keeping track of the basketball, keeping it out in front. 5 steals by one player in an NCAA tournament game. There's some severe ball handling issues going on in this game for UCF, and props out to UCLA. Their defense has been active. They're getting deflections, and they're making it tough for UCF to operate. Yeah, UCF came out on fire. They were sprinting down the floor, playing their tempo. They play top 70 in the nation, fastest tempo per game, and then UCLA made their adjustments. They were like, nope, not letting you do that anymore. And then UCLA started to get back defensively, get set, and once that happened, UCF's having a tough time breaking down the UCLA defense and breaking shots, and then turning over the basketball. 36% in the first half by UCF. UCLA at just 39%. This is a UCLA team that does pride itself on efficiency. Nevertheless, they do have an 8-point lead, despite a bad shooting game for them. And they're also getting outnumbered by 2 on the glass, 21-19. Yeah, that rebound number needs to be more like 6+ going into half for UCF. Like, that was the main concern about UCLA coming in. They're an undersized, smaller team. UCF is a 7'2" big man on their squad, and it's only a 2 rebound difference between the two teams right now. And the 7-footer only has 4 rebounds going into half, so it's not like he's had a monster game on the glass. Yeah, a lot of these games during this early evening window are not close. Iowa up by 11, and they just got fouled from the 3-point line, so a chance to make the lead 14 for Iowa, 51-40, with 7.5 left to go. So once again, another one is going to go down and bite the dust in the ACC. Hey, there you go, Siegel. Looks like you watched a turtle documentary 3 days after, saw an African tortoise and cool creatures. Yeah, for sure. Some of those turtles, like the tortoise, I think it's like a box turtle. It weighs like 200, 300 pounds. Like, you need like multiple people or like a crane to pick it up at the zoo if it's not moving. Yeah, those like box turtles are like 200, 300 pounds. 54-40 Iowa, 14-point lead over Clemson. Disappointing for the ACC. Duke barely gets past Siena. Virginia barely gets past Wright State. Miami, they play later tonight. North Carolina chokes in a 19-point lead, loses to VCU. Clemson on track to lose to Iowa. Louisville looking pretty good. They beat South Florida. That was one that a lot of people had South Florida. NC State bounced out in the first 4. SMU bounced out in the first 4. Yeah, I think this is an indication of fewer ACC teams for the upcoming future. I don't know how SMU made it in. There should be a rule that a team with a conference record below 500 doesn't make the bracket. Like, this year was the prime example to all the people who wanted to expand the tournament to do not expand the tournament. Leave it as is. Just include more mid-majors. Some really good mid-majors that had a bad loss in the conference tournament, that had a great record, like a team like Belmont. Give them a chance. And I don't know how SMU gets in. An 8-10 conference record. They went 20-14 in ACC school, which they had the same conference record as Virginia Tech. They had a worse conference record than Florida State, Cal, and Stanford. Like, it makes zero sense. Like, I don't know how in the world SMU got in with an 8-10 ACC record. Like, they didn't really have many wins that were eye-popping. They beat UNC. They did beat Louisville. And that was it. And then they completely crumbled late stretch of the season. Oh, they did beat A&M in overtime. So they had 3 wins against tournament teams. And then the rest were losses to either tournament teams or teams that weren't close to the bracket. Some bad losses. They lost by 20 to Stanford. They lost by 4 to Cal. They lost by 13 to Florida State. They lost to Syracuse. Lost to LSU by 12. Yeah, I don't know how they made it in. Yeah, Caleb Wilson would have led his team to victory. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, there was a debate on First Take this morning about whether Hubert Davis should be fired or not for that. I don't think it's going to happen because they were without their best player. But still, they have all these advantages. That was a high mid-major conference program. Yeah, this tournament is a prime example to give the mid-majors with great records a chance. Yeah, Belmont went 26-6 this year. Gonna see if there were like any other mid-majors that had a record similar that kind of would have got screwed over in the bracket. Stephen F. Austin went 28-6. They didn't make it in. Yeah, Belmont was like the top mid-major. Yale went 24-7. Liberty went 26-7. UNC Wilmington went 27-6. That was another team. They got bounced down their quarterfinal. Just had that one rough night and didn't make it in. That's what's so tough about mid-major conferences is that you play all these games. Everybody knows who you are because they play these teams twice before the conference tournament, and then they have a bad night, and then you go like something like 29-4, and you don't make it into the tournament because at the end of the day, your resume is lacking with signature games in the schedule. And I say that's at the fault for the teams that they reached out to that didn't want to play them, because Miami, Ohio had reached out to a bunch of Power 5 schools, and they all turned it down. So that's why their schedule was what it was, because all those opportunities that they reached out to in the offseason, they got turned down. Gonna start off the second half in just a moment. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. UCF needs to cut back turnovers if they want to have a shot in this game tonight. Yeah, Belmont didn't get a single Power 5 opportunity. I would have loved to see what happens with Belmont. They had a win over Tennessee State, which was in the field. Belmont had beat Northern Iowa twice, the AQ in the Missouri Valley. I know they're having a tough game right now against St. John's, but solid record for them this year. Stephen F. Austin was another team with a great regular season record for them. Didn't get to participate in the bracket. That's another team that didn't have the opportunity to schedule a Power 5. They went 28-6 overall. Lost to Tulsa in their conference tournament. Or no, they lost to Tulsa in the first round. I was going to say, yeah, they're definitely not in the American. They're in the Southland for Stephen F. Austin. And UNC Wilmington. UNC Wilmington did not make it in either. They're playing right now in the NIT. They beat Yale by 1 in the NIT. Yale was a team that had just 6 losses going into the NIT. So, yeah, that was another team too. Just, yeah, such hard pill to swallow. Lose to Penn in the Ivy Championship as a favorite. That's another team, UNC Wilmington, 0 Power 5 opportunities because nobody wanted to schedule them. And they had a win by 30 over Navy. And Navy had a spectacular season out of the Patriot. They didn't get in. They lost by heartbreak at the buzzer against Boston University. So, yeah, those were some of the teams. They had won the regular season, but not their conference tournament. Missed layup by UCLA. Chance here battling off the glass. So you have a foul. Going to stop the clock 15 seconds into the second half as we're just getting started, half number 2. This is going to send John Bull, number 7, to the free throw line. 7'2" for UCF. First free throw, missed it long. Yeah, this guy does not look like he's a good free throw shooter. 2 points, 5 rebounds, and a block. He's 7'2". Classic UCF with this monster guy that they have for a center. They had Taco Fall in their last tournament appearance in 2019, going empty at the free throw line. You'll take that if you're UCLA. Just maybe you want to try hacking that guy and get him to the line. But they are missing a key player, so a little bit thinner for their roster. Nevertheless, you are up by 8. Lob pass, down low, Booker, turn around, gut it, up and in off the window, kiss off the glass, scores the deuce. 10-point lead for UCLA. Xavier Booker to transfer out of Michigan State. Yeah, John Bull only a 68% free throw shooter this year for UCF. Bull has it, jumper, mid-range, skidded off the rim, short to rebound, tracked down by the Knights. Another chance here. Themis Folk. Skip pass out to the corner. Weaving their way inside the key. Bull again up fake. Shovel pass down low. Stillwell. He is quadruple team. Got it block. Got it back. Out to the wing. A UCF will take the open 3. They bricked off the mark. A rebound secured by Booker. UCF is all out of sorts right now. Celtics playing currently against the Grizzlies. I think they're in the first quarter. Booker, spin cycle at the elbow, sends it back outside to Perry, into the corner Daly, baseline dribble, shovel pass, underneath, cutting to the hoop, bounce pass, underneath with Booker, he scores! That is unselfish basketball all around by UCLA. Tremendous possession. Absolutely beautiful possession by the Bruins. 7 points, 8 rebounds tonight for Xavier Booker. A 12-point lead without their best player playing tonight. Skip pass, corner 3, Kugel drills it. Gonna need a whole lot of that to make a comeback tonight for UCF. Iowa 6-point lead, 3:47 left to go as Iowa leads Clemson 57-51. Straightaway 3, pop it up on a triple, sizzles the triple. Eric Daly Jr. off the assist by Donovan Dent from downtown. Daly heating it up. He's got 15 tonight for the Bruins. Inside with Folks. Dump off. Down low. Bull. Gonna blocked by Daly out of bounds. Last off UCLA. And John Bull is injured. John Bull took a hard fall on the hardwood. He is down right now for UCF, and he is the tallest player on the team at 7'2". Going in for a layup. Trying to go right past Daly. It looked like he got contact towards the face area here. Yeah, that ball got knocked away from his hands, and then the ball pinwheeled off his face. And then he landed on the hardwood. John Bull right now is down. So this is now being sorted out. 17:36 left to go. Bull trying to soar up to dunk over Daly. I didn't see anything that would warrant a flagrant or anything. They're just trying to play the ooh. Oh, yeah. Swung at the arm. Yeah, Daly actually swung at the arm. Now, yeah, we see the replay from that angle. Yeah, heavy arm on the face of Daly as ball went up, got it stripped. The ball was moving around. The ball ricocheted back off his face, and then the arm came in as well on Daly and swung at the face of Bull trying to go for the block. So this is being sorted out right now. Official review at the monitor. Good to see John Bull is back up on his feet and moving around right now for UCF. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one here tonight, UCLA or UCF. Right now, the Bruins up in the poll, 66-34. Yeah, Celtics playing really well. Tremendous balanced attack they got, and even if there's guys that do go cold throughout a game, there's other guys that step up. It's been amazing to see this year. Like, you got guys like Luka Garza, Hugo Gonzalez, got guys making plays all over the place. Jordan Walsh, Peyton Pritchard drilling threes. Jaylen Brown taking off for 40-point games. Jason Tatum getting better and better every single game, trying to get back to his former self. It's awesome what they've done this year. Derek White just lockdown defense. Most blocks by a guard in the entire NBA once again this year. Hauser ripping threes. Baylor Sharman posting double-doubles from time to time. Wow, 16K. Best of luck there for 16K, looks like. John Bull going to the bench right now for UCF. So this is going to result in an inbound by UCF. That was a clear block out of bounds. Inbound out to the elbow. Contact off the pass to the corner. UCLA picks up the personal. Inbound back to Cambridge. Devin Cambridge, a 7-year player. He's been playing since my first year streaming on the channel, going all the way back to 2019 when Auburn went to the Final Four. Layup is good by Fulks for UCF. 8 points right now for Themis Fulks. 10-point game. UCLA with a possession. Into the hands to Donovan Dent. Dent looking for an open player. Towards his left off the dribble. He's defended by Devin Cambridge around the perimeter. Slides it off to Daly. Daly dribbles up. Push pass to the corner. Lob back to Daly. 5 at a timer. Daly going to have to shoot. Going up, and he will. Falling away. Missed off the rim. Short rebound. Secured by UCF. Kugel up the floor. As Fulks attacks the paint. Shovel pass down low for UCF as they are quadruple teamed underneath, and the ball got ripped away. Stolen by UCLA with Trent Perry. Poor possession there for UCF. You just needed to put up a shot. Perry, fall away, got it at the baseline. 12-point lead for the Bruins. UCF in trouble. Pocket pass. Cambridge rolls down. Missed off the glass. Numbers for UCLA up the floor. 5-on-3. Here they go. Lob over the top. And they throw it down with a two-hand slam out in transition. Xavier Booker dunks it with authority. UCF again blows another layup at the rim. Offensive rebound goes back to the Knights with Cambridge. Cambridge at the top. UCF will slow it down. Down by 14 with 16 minutes left to go. Powering their way inside. Going up, and they gut it for 2. Big basket there by Jamichael Stillwell. And this will lead to a timeout taken on the floor by UCLA. 46-34, UCLA, 5-on-3 transition, running the floor. Donovan Dent able to lob it upstairs to Xavier Booker. The alley-oop jam, UCLA cooking tonight in this one with a 12-point lead. Big boy basketball right now for the Bruins. Impressive. Without their top player, too, tonight, Tyler Bilodeau, and they've built a 12-point lead. Possibly. Yeah, possibly Celtics Thunder. Depends on what I can get done throughout the week. I got a pretty busy week coming up next week. So I'm actually out most of the day tomorrow. So I'm only going to have one stream tomorrow. I'm leading towards Vandy against Nebraska tomorrow night. So I'm out for triple header for volleyball tomorrow from 11 to 6. And then I have a volleyball game on Tuesday, and then lacrosse Friday, lacrosse Saturday, and then baseball Sunday next week. So yeah, it depends on what I can get done for like prep work throughout the week. I actually was supposed to have a baseball game this Sunday, but they switched the site to it, so I swapped it with another broadcaster. So I'm free this Sunday to stream probably 2 games. Yeah, they moved the site to like an hour away from me. So the site's usually like 15 minutes away for baseball, but the team that I cover, their field got flooded. Their field's all muddy because we had a blizzard, and it's still like muddy from the blizzard, so it's still like unplayable conditions. So they moved it all the way to like Central Mass. Yeah, so they moved the game from, like, Southeast Mass all the way towards, like, Central Mass up towards, like, kind of heading towards the New Hampshire border. So I just swapped it with somebody else. Wow, it actually snowed up in New Hampshire today. I'm seeing pictures up here. Happy first day of spring from the White Mountains in New Hampshire. They actually had snowfall up there today. I think they're supposed to have more coming up on Sunday, too. Winner of this game will face the winner of UConn versus Furman. Iowa leads Clemson 61-53 with 2 minutes left to go. St. John's up by 15 against Northern Iowa 51-36. And Purdue has built a 20-point lead over Queens 56-36. Tremendous balance by UCLA. 7 different scores. 9 different players have played tonight without their leading scorer, leading rebounder, Tyler Bilodeau, unavailable due to injury for tonight's game, but nevertheless, they have built a 14-point lead. UCLA just turned it over. That's only their 3rd turnover tonight. UCF with 12 turnovers. UCF needs to score one off this turnover to get themselves back into this contest. A lot of ball pressure. Kick out. Quarter 3. UCF drills it. That is a humongous 3 for the Knights. 46-37. Burke says 8 second-made triple tonight. Some full court pressure on display for UCF. UCLA very close to the 10-second violation. It is a 10-second call. Turnover on the Bruins. UCLA too slow in the backcourt. 10-second call. All right, here we go. Tournament-style game. Under 16 remaining. Media break, back to the timeout slide, 15:21 left. The Knights making it interesting. They have started to display some full court pressure defense, and that has sped up UCLA. Yeah, UCLA is a slower tempo team. They want to play their style. They want to slow down the game. And now all of a sudden, that last possession, UCF's finally started to crack something open. I cannot show the game due to copyright, so it's only play-by-play that I can do. I am Kane. Wow, Iowa, Clemson coming down to the wire. What a comeback by Clemson. 61-57, as I just said that to you. Iowa just scored, so it's 63-57 Iowa. Yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies have had a terrible team this year. Yeah, Memphis is up 41-40. Yikes. I am not a fan of NBA games going on at the same night as college basketball first round games. I'm just not a fan of it. Like, the NBA, in my opinion, the NBA should space out the schedule a little bit more and then have those nights be off nights for an entire NBA. They do that for the national championship. They do that for the Super Bowl. They should do that for the NCAA tournament first round games. Yeah, Grizzlies Celtics, this game's close. Midway in the second, 42-41. It's kind of interesting how, like, all the games were blowouts, and now all these games are starting to be better. 6-point lead for Iowa. They had a double-digit lead. St. John's up by 15. They were up by 20 plus. I think the Purdue-Queens one, that's the only one that's still like a blowout. Yeah, Purdue leads by 20, 58-38. But this game certainly is taking a turn right now. UCLA, UCF. UCF starting to creep back into a 9-point ball game. It's been a streaky shooting performance for UCLA. Started off 0 for 7, then had a 10-minute stretch where they went 13 for 17 from the floor. It's now a 9-point ball game. UCF, Cambridge, push out to the corner. Burks launches a 3, a swash. That's big time. It's only a 2-possession game. UCLA sprinting down the floor. And now they will look to slow it down. Looking for somebody to get open. They will when number 24, Steven Jameerson, back on top into the ball handler's hands. Donovan Dent, under 15 minutes left to play. Top of the key, he takes on Jordan Burks, who just buried a 3. Dent dribbles up low block. Dent, follow-away shot, missed off the rim. Short offensive rebound controlled by Jameerson. 3 at the wing, skidding off the mark, no good. Missed by Trent Perry out of bounds. Here comes UCF. They got all the momentum right now. If UCF gets one of these slam dunks, then just watch out. Fulks. Off the crossover, push pass into the corner, Burks. Burks back outside, into the hands of Themis Fulks. Themis Fulks swings it cross court, going up in the air, able to retrieve it. Was Riley Kugel. That should have been out of bounds. Kugel sneaks around off the step through. No good. In and out. Contact here down low. And a loose ball foul off the rebound charge to UCLA. Now, Mick Cronin wanting a travel there. I thought clearly that should have been a travel on UCF through that step through. Stopped the dribble and then went through a step through. Looked like with too many steps, but the officials did not catch that. Inbound for the Knights. Stillwell. Handoff. Top of the key. Fulks had the ball poke loose. Got it back. Fulks. 10 in the timer. Themis Fulks. Stumbles off the dribble. Bounce pass underneath. Able to thread the needle. Back outside on the top with a 3 launch. Straight away. They got it. Oh my goodness. The 7th-year senior at the age of 25. Devin Cambridge. Off a botch possession. Drills the 3. 11-zip run by Central Florida. UCLA in a 2.5-minute plus scoring drought. Bruins with a possession, needing something right now. They're stagnant. At the wing with Eric Daly Jr. He launches, missed off the rim, short, long rebound, controlled by Dent. Kick out corner. Into the hands to Perry. Out of sorts on this possession for Cal Los Angeles. Back outside Daly. Broke it up. Got it back. Into the wing. It goes to Dent. 8 on its shot clock. Donovan Dent off the crossover. Dribbles up inside the key. Launches the jumper. 13-footer. In and out. Rebound secured by Cambridge. Devin Cambridge start to take over right now. Watch out for Themis Folks. At the rim. Denied. UCLA back with the basketball off the block. Here they go. Bruins attacking the cup and they score. Up and in off the backboard. Trent Perry scores the deuce. Coast to coast there by Perry. 5-point lead for the Bruins. Runner off the mark. Misfire. That was off by Riley Kugel. UCLA will slow it down. 5-point advantage right now for the Bruins. Winner of this game will take on the winner of UConn versus Furman in the round of 32. Top of the key for Donovan Dent. Sends it out to Trent Perry. Perry dribbles, drives, right down the lane inside. He scores, up and in off the backboard. UCLA getting that dribble drive penetration going. 7-point lead right now for the Bruins. Trent Perry up to 8 points tonight. UCF with possession. Themis Folks at the wing. Torses right off the dribble. Folks, top of the free throw circle. Floats it into the hands to Jordan Burks. Jordan Burks takes the 3 off the back rim, no good. A battle for the rebound. Stillwell underneath is followed by Jameerson battling on the glass. UCF with 0 personal fouls this half. UCLA just picked up their 4th. We got 200 plus watching right now. If you're new on the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. What a game. Just above 12 minutes left to play in regulation. UCF making it really interesting in half number 2. Steven Jameerson II with 3 fouls. Sky Clark also with 3 fouls. Inbound for UCF. Chris Johnson at the corner. JaMichael Stillwell. Cross court. Side step to his left with a 3 off the back rim missed by Kugel. Battle for the rebound. Controlled by UCLA. And in the backcourt, UCF picks up a reach-in foul. Yeah, winner of that Clemson-Iowa game will get Florida in round 2. 50-43. Under 12 minutes left to go as we take the media break. UCF down by double digits, cutting it down to 7. If you're a first-timer on the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Feel free to let us know who you guys like to win this game tonight. Type it in UCLA or UCF. Eric Daly Jr. leads the way for UCLA. He has 15. After that, Trent Perry with 8. Or Xavier Booker, he has 9. Trent Perry then with 8. 7 points by Sky Clark. And then Donovan Dent only 4 points tonight on 2 for 11 shooting, but he does have 5 assists, 5 steals in the block. UCF led by Jordan Burks, 11 points, 3 made threes from the corner. Devin Cambridge off the bench with 6. Themis Folks with 8, alongside 7 assists. Yeah, these two teams have like the top 2 playmakers in all of college basketball. Like after Braden Smith, there's Donovan Dent, who ranks in the tie for 3rd in the country in assists per game, and then Themis Folks, who ranks 11th in the country in assists per game for UCF. Iowa up over Clemson, 65-60 with 13 seconds left. St. John's, 17-point lead with under 12 minutes left to go in that game, 57-40. And Purdue destroying Queens University, the first ever NCAA tournament for Queens, 67-45 Purdue. Will they pass 139? We got 50-43, 93. $69.5. I'm going to go no. I'm going to go under. So I will go under 139 combined. Probably going to need overtime to get that. UCLA plays a slower tempo offense, so they're going to want to control tempo and slow it down for the remaining part of this game. UCF's had some issues with turnovers. There's also been a bunch of second chance rebounds involved. 16 offensive rebounds for UCF. 11 offensive rebounds for UCLA. Both of these teams have been inefficient. 44% for UCLA, 34% by UCF. Luckily, to push that over, they would need a bunch of threes out of UCF. UCF's 8 for 19 from 3. That's not bad. They're 42% from 3. UCLA is not attempting too many threes in this game. Like, everything's been twos for UCLA. We get back to action, 50-43. I should probably put second on that timeout slide. I think I accidentally have it as first. Free throws coming up here at the line for Tyler Perry as he got fall down low. Yeah, I still have it as first. It's actually second, so my apologies about that. So it's the second half. 2 free throws coming up at the line here by Perry. First free throw off the back rim, no good. Yeah, a lot of missed opportunities tonight. UCLA at the free throw line. First free throw was missed by the Bruins with number 0, Trent Perry. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Second free throw is good by Trent Perry. 8-point lead right now for the Bruins. UCF with possession. Right to left on the floor for the Knights. Jumper from the perimeter missed off the mark by Burks. Defensive rebound hauled in by Dent. UCLA with the basketball. Donovan Dent pass midcourt for the Bruins. He's going to slow it down. UCLA plays the 315th tempo offense in all college heaps. Slow tempo offense. Dent dribbles up to the elbow, bumped into and fouled. And that's the third personal foul charged to UCF this half. That's on number 99 with Jordan Burks, who picks up the reach-in. Far side inbound, Trent Perry into the hands to Donovan Dent. Bruins with possession. Back to Perry from Dent. Perry at the top of the key. 10 in the shot clock. So he takes on one defender with Carmelo Pacheco. Trent Perry, bounce pass. Near side, front court. Brandon Williams has to swing it back outside. Sky Clark launches with 2 at the horn. No good. Around the rim and out. Offensive rebound controlled by Brandon Williams with a new 20 in the timer for UCLA. And again, another foul picked up on the rebound. Mick Cronin completely irate about the call. That should be on... Yeah, that's on UCF. That's on UCF from behind. So this is still UCLA basketball. UCLA off the inbound. It's good. Xavier Booker pops up on a 3 and he drills it. 54-43. UCF in trouble right now. Down low. No good. They missed the layup off the mark and a shooting foul charged to UCLA. That score bug, by the way, is completely wrong on TBS. They get the wrong score of the game right now. So it's 54-43. Xavier Booker, 6'11" big out of Indianapolis. The transfer from Michigan State pops up, takes the 3 and drills it. His second made 3 of the night. 12.7 rebounds tonight for Booker. 2 free throws at the line for UCF with Jamichael Stillwell. First one rolls around the rim, goes in. And another 9 seed picks up a win. The 9 seed's a perfect 4-0 in the first round as Iowa takes down Clemson 67-61. Second free throw by Stillwell. Left flat off the rim, no good. Tipped at the baseline, saved by UCF with the offensive rebound. Gotta go. 10.5 left to go in regulation. UCF at the top of the key. Themis Fulks drives, attacks the lane, kick out, corner. Open 3, and before that, UCLA picks up a reach and foul. That's on Sky Clark with a personal. Yeah, it's been a choppy last couple minutes right now. Start and stop. UCF gets the inbound. Knights down by 10, needing something. Themis Fulks. Dribbles up to the free throw circle. His pass broken up. Intercepted by UCLA. Up the floor, off the steal. Eric Freeney. Bounce pass outside. Dent. Extra pass. 3. Straight away Perry. Off the back rim, no good. Long rebound controlled by UCF. UCF will look to push it. Themis Fulks. And now he slows it down back to the wing of the perimeter. Fulks takes on one defender with Brandon Williams. Jumper inside the key, off the mark, no good. Tipped around, rebound, controlled by Dent for UCLA. 10-point lead for the Bruins. They will slow down tempo, look to play their style. At the baseline with Trent Perry. Slides it back outside to Donovan Dent, the point guard for UCLA. 15 on the shot clock as we're down to 9:35 left to go. In the second half, Donovan Dent, the transfer from New Mexico. Off the screen set by Booker. Dent, bounce pass, down low. Underneath to the low block, UCLA got it back off the poke loose ball. Dent, a rise and fire on the 3, missed off the mark, tip in, a rebound going up, and he blew the slam dunk opportunity with Eric Freeney. They get the basketball back off the offensive rebound. Booker takes a 3, no good off the back rim, a rebound secured by UCF. Both of these teams cannot buy a bucket right now. Themis Fulks, baseline dribble for Central Florida, circles around, back on top to Jamichael Stillwell. Into the hands to number 22, Chris Johnson. A lot of dribbling going on for UCF, down by 10. Spin cycle, jumper, no good off the glass. Rebound secured by Booker. And once again, UCLA will look to burn another additional 20-plus seconds off the clock with that defensive rebound. Pass midcourt for the Bruins. As we are down to under 9 minutes left to go. Donovan Dent slows down tempo. 315 in the nation in adjusted tempo. Goes inside the key. Puts in the tier. Dropping. Got it to go for Donovan Dent. 12-point lead for UCLA. Dent only 3 for 13 from the floor. That's a big shot right there to lead the game by 12. We have a shooting foul underneath. Going to the free throw line, shooting 2 with Jamichael Stillwell. Try to go backdoor on a layup, and he'll have 2 shots here at the line. Yeah, UCF's in some deep trouble right now. They're averaging, it's not good. Like this second half right now. Like they're averaging just over a point a minute at the rate that this game is going the last couple minutes. First free throw, he bricked it. Off the rim short. Missed by Jamichael Stillwell of UCF. UCF's got multiple guys substituting in right now. Number 3, George Beal. Number 2, Riley Kugel. 22-1. Chris Johnson, Themis Fulks, both substitute outs. It does not look good for UCF. Both of the free throws were missed at the line. Yeah, there are some head coaches that you should never bet on to lose a first-round matchup. Mick Cronin, perfect 4-0 as a head coach at UCLA in the first round since 2021. Tom Izzo, another head coach you should never bet on to lose round 1. And you should never bet against Donovan Dent in the first round. Leaner, good for the senior. The transfer from the Lobos in New Mexico. 58-44, UCF stumbles towards the near side, and in the start of the game tonight, turnovers, they turn it over once again. 14-point lead. UCF cannot buy a basket. 7:47 left to play as we go to the under 8-minute media timeout. Yeah, Mark Few at Gonzaga, Tom Izzo, Michigan State, and Mick Cronin, what he has done at UCLA, he has put his name on that list, the head coaches not to bet against in round 1. Yeah, TJ Otzelberger, Iowa State, that's another guy that you probably don't want to bet against in round 1. Bill Self at Kansas, except they play Cal Baptist. We'll see what happens there, but usually they win always round 1. They beat Samford a couple of years ago when Samford was a hot team that was thought to take down Kansas, forced overtime but couldn't beat them. But right now it is all UCLA. This UCF team is struggling mightily from the floor. 32% shooting for UCF tonight. And they also have 14 turnovers. UCLA with just 5 turnovers. This game is on TBS in the U.S. Yeah, this game is on TBS. St. John's, Northern Iowa, that's on CBS. Queens against Purdue is on True TV. This is going way under 139. Like, there's a basket scored every... Like, we're averaging a basket scored every 45 seconds in this game for both sides combined. Yeah, so this game's on TBS. TNT just wrapped up Iowa and Clemson. Iowa just won against Clemson. Final score was 67-61, so Iowa takes on the winner of Florida Prairie View A&M in round 2. So TNT will be Prairie View A&M against Florida, tipping off around 9:30. And then this game's down to 7:47 left. Queens against Purdue on True TV. Northern Iowa, St. John's is on CBS. A lot of blowouts going on right now at the moment. We have 3 games resulting in blowouts. St. John's up by 20 over Northern Iowa, 64-44. Purdue up by almost 30 against Queens, 82-53. And then this game, between a 10 and a 7, I mean, I wish it was more competitive, but this is what we got right now. Defense been locked down for UCLA. UCLA without their top player today, Tyler Bilodeau. No problem for the Bruins. 14-point lead. Basically, it's been a scored basket every 45 seconds combined between these two teams. A bunch of brick shots, a bunch of offensive rebounds. 14 offensive rebounds by UCLA, 17 offensive rebounds by UCF. UCF plus 1 on the glass, 35-34. That number needed to be like plus 10 for them to have any sort of chance at making this competitive. Back to action. UCLA by 14 with a possession. Donovan Dent on the floor alongside Tyler Perry, Sky Clark, Steven Jameerson, and Eric Daly Jr. for UCLA. At the low block with Donovan Dent. Moves it off to Perry. Outside to Dent. Dent drives inside the key. Runner going up. Got blocked by UCF. UCF will look to push it. Jordan Burks, the one who came up with the block. Burks, Kugel, George Beal, number 3. John Bull, number 7, who's also on the floor. And they have a 5th player as well on the court at the moment. Jumper is good by UCF. So able to bury that shot with Kugel. 12-point game. Really needed that for the Knights. And Daly attacking the paint as he will draw the foul. This clock will stop with 7 minutes left to go as Eric Daly Jr., he's going to shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. Yeah, UCLA has been able to push it, go quickly. After UCF scores a basket, UCLA has responded by just pushing it up the floor against UCF's defense. UCF's having a difficult time getting back after they score. First free throw is good. Yes, I think UCLA definitely has a chance against UConn, especially if they get Bilodeau back. UConn had been playing rough down the stretch. UCLA had been playing some really good ball down the stretch. During the last month, UCLA has wins over Illinois, Nebraska, and Michigan State in the last month. So yes, I actually have UCLA beating UConn in my brackets. Jumper is good from the perimeter. That's a huge shot there. Riley Kugel buries the triple for Central Florida. 11-point game. UCLA in the backcourt. They get the inbounds. Got to be careful. They're double-teamed and trapped. Able to get it away. They will cross midcourt before the 10 seconds. And now we'll slow it down. Sky Clark. Back into the hands of the point guard, Donovan Dent. 11-point lead, under 6.5 left to go. Dent. At the top of the key, taking on John Bull, 7'2". Outside to Trent Perry. Pull-up jumper. Missed off the mark. No good. A rebound secured by UCF. George Beal was the one to collect the defensive rebound. UCF will go with a step-back 3. A Kugel left it short off the rim. A rebound secured by Clark. And UCLA will burn some more time off the clock now. Back to Dent. as he walks it up the floor. 6 minutes left to play in regulation. Donovan Dent for UCLA into the hands to Eric Daly. Daly at the top of the free throw circle. Daly working on one defender. 10 on the shot clock. Daly inside the key. A jumper. 15-footer. No good. Air ball as Bull saves it at the baseline for UCF. Gotta go right now for the Bruins. John Bull at the top. Hand off George Beal. Beal launches a three from the parking lot. No good off the mark. Offensive rebound. Put back. It is there for two. Soaring up over the top by Riley Kugel. Humongous putback right there for UCF. 9-point game, under 5.5 left to go. Racing up the floor with Eric Daly for UCLA. Daly in mid-range, off the mark, no good. And an offensive foul charge to UCLA, pushing off the dribble. Turnover on the Bruins. Beg my pardon, that's actually going to be on the rebounds. That's on the rebound. This is going to send UCF in the bonus. So that's personal foul number 7 as a team for UCLA. So that was on the rebound according to the officials, not on the offense. There was a shove off the dribble, but the referees missed that call, and then they rolled it over to back off the rebound for the violation charged to UCLA. So they get Steven Jameerson on the foul instead of Daly, 1-1 bonus, and a 68% free throw shooter with a 7'2" center. John Bull bricks the free throw. Looking like Taco Fall at the free throw line. UCLA off the rebounds. They have possession. 5 minutes left to go in regulation. Bruins will slow it down. Donovan Dent. Top of the key. Dent dribbles, drives, inside the paint. High arcer, no good off the mark. In and out of the hands of Booker. And the basketball goes back to UCF with Pacheco. UCF dribbles up, shovel pass down low. Ball goes up, got swatted, got fouled. Free throws coming up, 2 shots of the line for UCF with John Ball. It's on Eric Daly Jr. who picks up the personal foul. Yeah, Eric Daly Jr., a swat to the head there. John Ball going in for the layup. John Ball, 7'2" from South Sudan. Transfer out of Ole Miss, playing for UCF. Having a tough time at the free throw line. Just a brutal game for him at the free throw line. 0 for in this game. He is 0 for 3 at the free throw line. First one left short. Not even close. This dude is absolutely gassed. Yeah, his teammates come right next to him during the brief stoppage, try to regain his composure. John Bull at UCF looks completely gassed right now. Man, he's got sweat dripping down his face. His free throws are well offline. He's now 0 for 4. Second free throw. Such an odd form at the free throw line. He missed the second one. In and out of bounds off Devin Cambridge at UCF. It's going to be UCLA ball. Yikes, this is brutal for UCF. UCF is 4 for 13 at the free throw line in this game, and they are 1 for 9 this half at the free throw line. There's the game. 9 missed free throws, 9-point deficit with 4:40 left to play. UCLA win the basketball. Pressure defense in the backcourt, able to cross midcourt. Daly. Bounce pass into the hands of Trent Perry for UCLA. Trent Perry takes it to the March Madness logo. 15 on the shot clock. Trent Perry sends it off to Sky Clark. Sky Clark off the jab step. 8 on the shot clock. Sky Clark crossover at the wing. Push pass. Corner 3. Daly. Oh, he drills it. Bang, a bang, a bang. Eric Daly ices the game. Lets it rain from the corner. 12-point lead for UCLA. Down to 4 minutes left to play. Eric Daly Jr. been the star of the show tonight for Cal Los Angeles. He has got 20. Missed 3 from the corner by UCF. They got it back. They take a 3. They break another one. Offensive rebound. Put back. They will not count it. It's an offensive foul. Push off. Over the top. UCLA basketball. Timeout on the floor. Under 4 minutes left to go as we reach the media break. Eric Daly Jr. buries the tray from the corner and will take UCLA into round number 2 of the tournament. That's a humongous three. And unfortunately for UCF, they just could not hit anything tonight. Brutal offensive showing for the Knights. 33% from the floor. They went 19 for 57 from the floor. 4 for 13 at the free throw line. Man, I feel for that 7'2" center for them. John Bolt, 0 for 5 at the free throw line. The dude looks like he's completely gassed. He was completely just run down. UCLA without their top player today. Tyler Bilodeau, top scorer, top rebounder. No problem. 14-point lead with under 4 minutes left. Profile of UCF. Best wins on the season. Texas A&M, Kansas, Texas Tech, TCU, BYU. They came into the tournament, though, really stumbling. Stumbling into the tournament. 1-4 in their last 5 games. And the concern for them, they had beat Utah by 2. Like, they barely got by Utah, which was dead last in the Big 12 this year. They suffered some pretty bad losses, too, in conference. They lost to Oklahoma State. They lost to Iowa State by 30. They got demolished by Arizona in the Big 12 tournament. They lost to West Virginia and Oklahoma State and Baylor the final 3 games of the regular season. They lost to non-NCAA tournament teams, Baylor, Oklahoma State, and West Virginia, to close out the regular season, which included a senior day game against Oklahoma State, which they lost in overtime by 7. You know, red flags going into the tournament. If you lose a senior day game against a non-tournament team, you're probably not going to win in the first rounds. Those senior day games, that's the last time that the seniors are playing at home. That should be your most motivated game all season long, is the senior day game. And they lost the senior day game against Oklahoma State in overtime, a non-tournament team. They finished with the same conference record as West Virginia and Cincinnati at 9-9 in the Big 12. It just goes to show that there were other mid-majors that were worthy to make it into the bracket that they could have taken. They could have taken Belmont. They could have taken UNC Wilmington. Like, give those teams a chance instead of seeing SMU in the first 4, a team that went 8-10 in the ACC. I think there should be a prerequisite for the bracket committee that any team that goes below 500 in their conference should not be allowed to compete in March Madness for a Power 5 school. Because SMU got into the tournament. They were 8-10. And then UCF went 9-9. They played 500 ball in the Big 12. Inbound goes to UCLA as UCF gets the steal off the Pro Hop down low. They score up and it off the backboard. Riley Kugel scores the 2. 10-point game. Made it interesting right there. UCF started to play some pressure defense. Donovan Dent crosses the timeline with it, though. 6 turnovers by UCLA. 15 turnovers this entire game by UCF. Dent being pressured. Dent had the ball poke loose from behind. Rolls it out of bounds. Last touched by UCF. Yeah, that seems right, Jeffrey. Around that mark, like 13 games left or so. Yeah, Celtics only up by 2 right now, 49-47. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate all for being a part here on the channel. That first game today was absolutely incredible. Probably going to cover just one game tomorrow. Announcing a triple header for volleyball tomorrow afternoon for a college volleyball matchup for men's volleyball. So probably like a late game leaning towards Nebraska-Vandy tomorrow night, most likely. Something around like the 8 o'clock time slot probably for me. Missed shot by UCLA. Corner 3. Good. That's a humongous 3 for UCF from the corner. Jordan Burke's been reliable for a sharpshooter tonight. Puts his team 1-7. UCLA with under 3 minutes left to go. Dent up the floor. Donovan Dent off a double team. Has to get it away. He does, into the hands of Sky Clark. At the baseline for Trent Perry. Dump off underneath. Pasca broke it up. UCF with an opportunity as we have a tie-up. Possession arrow goes to the Bruins. So UCLA gets the tie-up jump ball possession arrow. 2:40 left to go. That's a huge possession arrow being in the favor of UCLA. That's huge. Yeah, I wish this game could be a little bit closer. We had covered Kentucky Santa Clara today. That was phenomenal. Purdue puts up 100 against Queens. 101-67 Purdue. St. John's dominating lead in Northern Iowa 75-53. Sky Clark might have chipped a tooth going up for that loose ball. He is being checked out right now by the medical staff. Yeah, Sky Clark looking like Derek White from the 2024 finals. There's definitely something wrong with his tooth. Ooh! Oh boy, Sky Clark just lost a tooth. Themis Folks. Yup. Derek White in the 2024 finals pointing to the tooth. Sky Clark just lost a tooth as the replay camera showed a tooth off the loose ball popped up into the air and down to the court. Sky Clark just lost a tooth in a 50-50 tie-up ball. Themis Folks came in with an elbow at the back end of the play as Clark was tied up. And then his tooth went completely out of his mouth. And then he pointed to his mouth. And then we were just shown on the camera that there's a tooth that's half missing. Only the upper part of his tooth is still there. Half of one of his teeth is out. He only has a half a tooth on his mouth for one of his teeth. He just had a tooth knocked out. Yeah, he's smiling to the camera right now for the TBS camera. Should probably put this bonus stuff up. 9 personal fouls by UCLA, 6 by UCF tonight. 63-56, that's 119, good for under 139. Should be good. It's 119 combined, unless somehow they get into overtime. UCF's really making this interesting right now, though. UCLA led as many by 14 at one point tonight. This is the only game going on at the moment. Congratulations to Purdue. They move on to round 2. A 104-71. Purdue covers the spread over Queens. And St. John's covers the spread over Northern Iowa. 25-point win for the Johnnies. 79. That's a 26-point win. 79-53 St. John's. We get the mop crew right now on the floor. If you're just joining us, Sky Clark at UCLA, he was tied up, hit the deck on the floor, and then took a major elbow from Themis Folks of South Florida, and then on the elbow, his tooth got knocked out. Sky Clark on the bench right now. He is smiling. He's okay. Right now on the bench for UCLA. Back to action. UCLA with a possession. Donovan Dent, turnaround jumper, one at a timer. Missed off the mark, no good. A long rebound, controlled out of the pack by UCF. Up the floor, George Beal floats up the runner at the rim, no good. Missed over the cylinder, and UCLA controls the defensive rebounds. And they will look to slow it down right now for the Bruins, playing keep away. UCLA approaching 2 minutes left to go, playing keep away. Trent Perry for the Bruins. Moves it off to the middle. Jameer Brown, the lob inside, and UCLA scores, plus the foul. The easiest layup in his life to get fouled on, plus the and one by Xavier Booker. A chance to go up by 10 for UCLA. That is too easy. Where is the defense for UCF? They were trying to gamble, force a steal, bringing multiple double teams around the perimeter, and behind the defense was a wide open layup plus a foul. .201 left to go. Yeah, this UCF team, I don't know how they made it into the tournament. They lost. They got swept against Oklahoma State. Or they got swept against West Virginia. Yeah, they had lost to Baylor, Oklahoma State, and they beat Utah by 2 in the final weeks of the regular season. They got swept against West Virginia. They had 2 chances at West Virginia. They lost both games against West Virginia. 10-point lead. The free throw is good. 66-56. And UCLA is leading by 10 without their best player playing, Tyler Billadu. 3-point shot was missed. Stillwell with a putback scores the 2. Timeout on the floor by UCF. 66-58. Minute 49 left to go. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. Yeah, they had the same conference record as Cincinnati and West Virginia, and also BYU. UCF's really lucky to get in the tournament. They beat Cincinnati by 1 in overtime in their conference tournament, and it was a brutal way for Cincinnati to close out the season. Inbound in the backcourt for UCLA. Down to a minute 45 left to go. Sky Clark inside the key. Bobbled it. Got it stripped, and this was out of bounds off UCLA, I believe. Yeah, waiting for official confirmation on this call, whether there was a foul reaching in charge to UCF or out of bounds off UCLA. We're just awaiting official confirmation on that call. Yeah, the right arm got grabbed of Sky Clark. He's pleading his case that he was fouled, and UCF is pleading their case that Sky Clark turned it over. So we're awaiting the call here by the officials, and UCF is going to challenge it. Okay. UCF is going to challenge this call. Call on the court initially was UCLA ball, strip, and out of bounds off UCF. UCF is challenging that this possession was off of Sky Clark of UCLA. So back to the timeout slide. A lot going on right there. Big challenge coming up for UCF. Yeah, big call coming up on the floor. UCF challenging possession of this basketball. Sky Clark off the Euro. Stripped out of bounds. That looked like it was off of Sky Clark's fingertips. Yeah, that's the correct call. That's the correct call there by the officials. It's UCF ball. UCF wins the challenge. Pocket pass. UCLA steals it. Didn't matter whether that challenge was won or not because UCLA just got the ball back. Sky Clark tied up past midcourt. No, UCF gave the foul. That was a foul, not tied up, so that's their 8th. 1:24 left to go. To the free throw line will go Sky Clark. 86% free throw shooter, 1-and-1 bonus for UCLA. And he missed it. Wow, what are their odds there? 86% free throw shooter misses the front end of a 1-and-1. UCF with possession. Jordan Burks. Top of the key, shaking big, down the lane. Floats up the runner, goes up, got it block, got it back, underneath Stillwell. Puts it up, puts it through, a good for 2, plus the foul. It's only a 6-point game. Jamichael Stillwell, big time layup. Resilient possession for UCF to keep that ball alive. UCLA with a swat down low. Right place, right time to follow up the missed shot by Jordan Burks. Got it back off to Stillwell, who scored it too. Free throw by Stillwell. Left short off the rim, no good. Free throws crushing UCF. Rebound UCLA. In the backcourt, UCLA double team. Got to get it away. And they have timeouts to burn. They'll burn one right here. They had 3 timeouts left. They just took one. They're down to 2. 66-60 with 58 seconds left to go. UCLA trapped in the backcourt will take their timeout. Free throws are brutal tonight. 4 for 14 at the free throw line for UCF. You make your free throws, you win this game. Dreadful game at the free throw line. Jamichael Stillwell, 3 for 7 tonight at the free throw line. John Bolwin, 0 for 5. Riley Kugel, 1 for 2. Hey, what's good? Patrick, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, bud. Hit us up in the chat. Who you guys got for this one here? UCLA or UCLA or UCF? At least we got a good game during this block. All the other ones were blowouts. The Iowa-Clemson one was close down the stretch. UCLA, 7 turnovers, 4 of those in the second half, 3 in the first half. Inbound, dangerous in the backcourts as UCF picks up the reach and foul. So UCLA back to the 1-and-1 bonus at the free throw line. That was a dangerous pass. That was at the very back edge of the backcourt. And the weight of Donovan Dent was stumbling backwards, and luckily for him, UCF picked up the reach and foul. So Donovan Dent at the free throw line, front end in the bonus, 1-and-1, and only a 64% free throw shooter. 64% at the free throw line. Donovan Dent, first free throw, 1-and-1, got the first one. Huge free throw. Winner will take on UConn or Furman in round 2. Second free throw, got the roll. 8-point game. Final minute left to go. UCF's left 10 free throws off the board, just 4 for 14 at the charity stripe tonight. Jordan Burks down low, puts it up, puts it through, scores from point-blank range. It's good for 2. 6-point game again. UCLA fouled. 50.8 seconds left. Yeah, at least the games I picked were really good ones today, so that's good. Thanks for joining in, my man Alan. Glad to have you back in the stream. Bubanga looking for the 5.5 here for the Bruins. UCLA up by 6 at the free throw line. Two free throws, double bonus now. So double bonus time for UCLA. Trent Perry, 2 free throws. First one's good. Second free throw, right down the middle. 8-point lead for the Bruins. 50 seconds left to go. Up the floor, UCF. Needing something quick. Kugel jacks up the 3. Straight away, off the rim. Short offensive rebound. Right back to Kugel. A double clutch surging to the rim. Missed the layup. Tipped around. UCLA controls the defensive rebound. And UCF will give another foul with 35.6 seconds left. And double bonus time back to the free throw line for the Bruins. As they can taste it, they can start to smell it. Trent Perry, 87% at the free throw line, the top free throw shooter on the team. Sky Clark's at 86%. They got two guys that's high 80s percentile at the free throw line this season. First one is good by UCLA by Perry. I like Miami in that one tonight. I know Missouri's, though, in-state. They're at St. Louis, though. That should be a good matchup. Second free throw, skipped around the rim and out, missed by Perry. 9-point game, final 35 seconds left. UCF up the floor. Jordan Burks launches a three, and he nails it. That's a humongous three, back to a 6-point game. 28.1 seconds remaining. UCF will burn the timeouts. Jordan Burks, been a sharpshooter, been a bright spot for UCF. Kept them in the game. Fifth made triple by Burks. He has almost recorded half of the threes. He's recorded 5 out of 11 total threes today. 71-65 with 28 seconds left. UCF out of timeouts. UCLA 2 timeouts left. If you're UCLA, this goes into either Sky Clark or Trent Perry. Perry missed the last one, though, but he has led the team this season, 87% at the line. Perry tonight 4 for 6. Clark's 0 for 1. Donovan Dent tonight has been not a good free throw shooter on the season, but a perfect 2 for 2. Yeah, UCF sped up UCLA a lot more in the second half. UCLA had some turnover issues here at half 2. And UCF started to drill more threes. UCF struggled from 3 in the first half, and they started to get a hot hand. Jordan Burks, 5 made threes, 11 for 29 from the perimeter. That's not bad for 3-point shooting tonight out of UCF at 38%. UCLA only 6 for 21 from 3 at 29%. So 3-point shot making helped out UCF get right back into this game. .4 seconds left to go. UCLA in the backcourt. They will get the inbounds. UCF will pick up the reach and follow with 26.7 left to go. 2 more free throws coming up at the line for UCLA. Trent Perry back at the free throw line. 87.4% this season at the charity stripe. Top shooter on the team at the free throw line tonight, though, just 4 for 6. 2 free throws by Perry. Ice cold free throws in the clutch time. First one's good. Second shot here at the line for UCLA with Trent Perry. It is up. It is short. No good. Rebound at UCF. UCF takes up the floor. Quick 3. Off the mark. No good. Battle for the rebound. UCF came down with it. They got bumped into and fouled. So double bonus for UCF. JaMychal Stillwell got bumped into with 21.6 seconds left. And this will result in 2 free throws here coming up at the line by UCF with JaMychal Stillwell. 21.6 seconds remaining. 2 critical free throws for a team that's left 10 free throws off the board tonight. And UCLA, no, they will not burn the timeout. This will be looked at the monitor here. Yeah, Mick Cronin was asking the officials to look at the monitor to see if this ball, did it go out of bounds off the 3-point shot? Did it touch the baseline? That's the question. UCF hoist up a 3, and then Stillwell collects the offensive rebounds Yeah, that was clearly in the court of play where he collected the offensive rebound. So this is under official review right now, 72-65. 21.6 seconds left to go. And then on the rebound, UCLA called in the loose ball foul off the bump. 2 free throws awarded to Stillwell. Foul charge to Brandon Williams of UCLA. Nobody with 4 fouls for UCF. 2 players with 4 personal fouls each for UCLA. Eric Daly Jr. and Steven Jameerson each with 4. Eric Daly Jr. has been huge tonight. He has 20 points. He is the game leader. And he has 4 fouls. Oh, it's a clock issue. That's what's up. It's a clock issue. Yeah, the clock didn't start accordingly. So that's why it's under official review right now. There's a severe clock issue. So when the second free throw was missed at the line by UCLA, the clock didn't start for a couple seconds. So there's a clock issue right now. So this is probably going to take away some time off the clock. This should probably be like 19 seconds. Yeah, that's the issue right now under the official review. The clock, whoever was the game clock operator did not start the clock properly. And that's what the issue was. So this is all under official review to determine how much time we have remaining in this game. Yeah, so I was right. So there was a 2-second difference. They put 19.6 seconds left. So the clock did not start for a full 2 seconds. Jamichael Stillwell, 72% free throw shooter at the line. 2 shots, double bonus for UCF. UCF 4 for 14 as a team at the free throw line. Been their Achilles heel all night long. They make their free throws. They win the game. Right now, they're trailing because of missed free throws. First one's good. 6-point game, 72-66. Second free throw by Stillwell. And he missed off the back rim battle for the rebound. Pinwheels around. UCF has it. Ball got broken up in the air. Sky Clark collects the steal. Oh, he lost it. It's a turnover by UCLA. Couldn't handle it as he lost it with his handle. Sky Clark collected a steal off the broken up pass up in the air and then circled around in the backcourt, and he lost the handle as the ball went out of bounds. Around 7 seconds, though, went off the game clock. 12 seconds left to play. 12 seconds remain. All you had to do was handle the ball in the backcourt and get fouled. Corner, jumper off the inbound. UCF's got it. Bang, a bang, a bang, a bang. It is good from the corner. 72-69. And a foul committed in the backcourt charge to UCF. The hot hand who's kept them in all night long. Number 99, Jordan Burks, off an inbound rise and fire 3. Swoosh! Jordan Burks here to play tonight in a big way for Central Florida. 6th made triple of the game by Jordan Burks. Trent Perry at the free throw line. 2 free throws for UCLA. 8.3 seconds remaining. Yesterday we saw Blue Blood choke a 19-point lead. If you're just joining us, UCLA led by 14 points in the middle of the second half and has seen this evaporate to a 1-possession game. 2 free throws by an 87% free throw shooter, Trent Perry, a sophomore from West Covina, California, at the free throw line. 2 biggest free throws of his life right now for UCLA. Both teams in a double bonus. 8.3 seconds remaining. First free throw by Perry at the line. Got it. Bounced in. It is good. 2-possession lead. Humongous free throw, able to get that roll around and drop in. Difference maker tonight, UCLA. 11 for 15 at the free throw line. UCF is 5 for 16. 31%. Mick Cronin will burn a timeout here. So he will have his players split the free throws. He'll talk it over. As Trent Perry able to bury the free throw. Timeout taken by Mick Cronin. UCLA down to a timeout left to go. UCF out of timeouts. What a game. 14-point lead evaporating down to 4. Jordan Burks kept UCF in this game tonight. 22 points with 6 made threes. One more free throw coming up by Perry at the line after the timeouts. If you enjoyed the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. Man, it's just been an incredible game tonight. Yesterday saw a Blue Blood blow a 19-point lead, going to overtime, choke it away. Right now, too close for comfort in this one. Yeah, the last 5 minutes of this game feels like an hour plus of elapsed time. This game is dragging. Trent Perry, one more free throw for UCLA at the line. One timeout remaining by the Bruins. UCF out of timeouts. 8.3 seconds left to play. Trent Perry, one more free throw. Got it. 74-69. A 5-point lead for UCLA. UCF inbound in the backcourt. Crossing midcourt. Final seconds left to go. Attack at the paint. They scored a layup. It is good. 3.6 seconds left to go. 74-71. Inbound backcourt. And Sky Clark is fouled with 2.3. 2 free throws at the line for UCLA in the double bonus with Sky Clark. UCF with 0 timeouts, UCLA with 1 timeout. Both teams double bonus. 2 free throws. Guaranteed this trip at the line, 86% free throw shooter with Sky Clark. First free throw, Sky Clark. Oh, he missed it! Sky Clark missed the first free throw. Second free throw. Covered up by Clark. 2.3 seconds left to go. Free throw is up. Free throw is good. 75-71. UCF on the timeouts. Tossing the full court inbound. Kick out. 3 at the wing. Burks. No good off the back rim, and this game is over. UCLA survives. 75-71, the final score. What a game tonight. In the end, came down to free throws at the line. And UCLA able to pick up the victory. They'll advance on to round 2 of the tournament. Eric Daly Jr. with 20 points. 15 by Xavier Booker. 15 by Trent Perry. He went 7 for 10 at the free throw line. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists by Donovan Dent with 6 steals. Big difference maker in turnovers, too. UCF at 17 turnovers. UCLA with 8 turnovers. But in the end, one team could not make free throws at all. 5 for 16 as a team by UCF at the free throw line. UCLA went 13 for 18 at 72% in this game at the free throw line. Jordan Burks went nuclear in half 2. 6 made threes for Jordan Burks of UCF, all from the corner, and he kept the Knights in the game. They crawled back to make it a one-possession game after a 14-point deficit, but in the end, UCLA able to hold off UCF 75-71. Thanks for joining in for this one tonight. What a game between these two teams. Before you sign off, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. Tomorrow I'll be out for most of the day, so probably one stream when I get back at night, probably leaning towards covering Nebraska against Vandy tomorrow night most likely. I got a triple header tomorrow for college volleyball that I'm covering, so I'll be out throughout most of the day tomorrow. What a game here tonight. Thanks all for joining in. UCLA picks up the win in the first round of the tournament over UCF, 75-71, the final score. And we will close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, John, and Michael Bradley, Joe, Lonely Satellite, Warren the Naija player, Norma, Kelly, Ogie, Russell, Rydog, Astros fan for life, all on the prowl. I am Ghost, Ian, Edith, SGA Sports Talk, and Elaine. Thanks all for joining in tonight for this one. UCLA, 4-point win over UCF, 75-71 the final score. And enjoy the rest of your Friday night, folks.